Hello, everybody. I'm Howard Glasser, and it's a pleasure to be with you. I'm going to talk about the nurtured heart approach in the workplace as best I can. I don't know if I consider myself a workplace expert, but I am an expert of the nurtured heart approach, and I can give you a sense of something that I understand some people struggle with from time to time is when it comes to HR, when it comes to supervision, when it comes to addressing a problem that's ongoing and frustrating. And people stumble, well, where does stand one come into play? Where does not giving energy to negativity come into play? And how do I still then address the problem? And stand two, where does that come into play? Do I start by saying nice things about the person and then sandwich a criticism in and then end with nice things? Where does stand three come into place? And maybe I'll start there. Stand three has to do with boundaries. It has to do with how clear can we eventually get with boundaries. It's a journey, and there's two parts of it. There's our boundaries that count, and there's societal boundaries that count. There are obviously workplace boundaries that may come into play depending on the situation. And how do we abide by them and still overall build inner wealth and uplift people? Well, I've come to believe that it's a very nuanced stance, that it's very tricky giving feedback to somebody unless we're clear ourselves of our energy. So our personal boundaries, where our stand three is and where our stand one is, yet being honest with ourselves. Something's happened, something's transpired that I don't like. I need to deal with this, but first let me deal with the energy coursing through me. Let me take as much as I can of that energy, make it useful, make it purposeful. I'm determined to be the best supervisor I can. I am determined to be as uplifting, given the situation, as I possibly can. I am the greatness of being inspiring and uplifting as a supervisor, as an employer. That's an ongoing growth commitment that comes out of the energies of everyday life. Life is chock full of conflicting energies, and we could take them and prosper by them. What came to mind when I thought about doing this video is, as much as it's easy to botch, dancing around into saying, could you please handle a situation differently? Wouldn't it be nice if you looked at it from this other point of view? I have come to believe that the best route for a problem, and especially an ongoing problem, is being direct. Have that person on a call or have that person in your office and say, there's, first and foremost, there's an issue we need to talk about. And then you state the issue in no uncertain terms. It's come to my attention you've been late for the last 4 days. And it's come to my attention that this has been an ongoing issue. I'd like to hear your explanation. You could start out as well. I need to might be better. I need to address a problem that's come to my attention. It's my wish to tell you about some strengths that I see in you that might come in handy for addressing this problem. That might be a way to go. It's always a dance of these three stands. There's no encyclopedic answer. There's no written perfect way of dialing in the three stands, but that would be my suggestion. I hope I don't ruin anybody's life by that. And then as soon as there's conversation, which I would welcome, I would use that current conversation to see into the person's resourcefulness. I could commiserate with that person. I hear you're struggling with family commitments and that some of the things you've relied on to meet the needs of your family have been falling away, and that you're working hard to get certainty back into place so you could be on time every day. There's certainly room to work things out with a person, but I want to more, as much as I want to do that, which is critical, I want to use what is coming up as productive. I want of myself to avail myself of the energy that's coming up. Let's say the person's coming back with nonsense, BS, excuses that you see right through that don't hold any water. Take the energy of that and use it to be as clear as you need. Build your inner wealth as vitally and prosperously as you can, so that you then can come back with, maybe there and then you need to make a decision. I'm afraid we're at the end of the road. That might be one of the decisions. I'm willing to create a last ditch effort to, I'd be honest, although those reasons you're giving don't make sense to me, I'm willing to give you one last chance, as long as we're in a clear understanding that this is it and employment depends on it. So what I'm getting at is I don't want employers and supervisors to feel hamstringed by, this nicey nurtured heart approach. It's a truth-based approach anyway. We're seeing the beauty of what isn't happening. This employee is not riling other employees and customers, not alienating customers. It's a valued, long-standing employee. The fact that this employee is not setting fires, so to speak, is we get to see the beauty of the truth of what is and what isn't happening. We get to put those things we see based on truth into words. We get to engage our gears of being uplifting with another human being, regardless of the outcome, even if it results in termination or an end of relationship. We get to be the vibrant truth of us by way of these three stands. They're always a moving equation. They're always a juggling act. They're always in concert. They're always in play simultaneously. And we're always there. We're smack in the middle of it. We're the mediators of how we keep all three objects in the air to keep the juggling act going, but we're highlighting one at a time. And we're focusing in, how can I get squeakier cleaner in my no energy to negativity? How do I get ever more uplifting in my stand 2? And along the lines of stand 3, how do I get ever more clear about what the stark truth of something is? And can I deliver that without giving energy to negativity? That's where nurtured heart approach on the inside is really vital. Taking the energy. We're shopping around for our energies that are almost always there. There's always, even in a neutral moment, as my colleague Josh Kirsten likes to say, there's, if we pause long enough, there's all the things that could be happening that's not happening, and there's all the positivity based on the beauty of that we can drink in, we could harvest. There's bountiful nectar in them there woods. Okay, I'll leave it at that for now. Forgive me that I'm not the consummate expert on the workplace, but I thought I'd throw my hat in the ring, trying to best answer that lagging question about nurtured heart approach in the workplace. And I will see you next time.